If you're over 40 and you want to age like a baddie, but your outfits are giving background extra instead of main character energy, we gotta talk. Because some of your fits are making you look older. And the wild part, most women don't even realize they're doing it. So today, I'm showing you the biggest mistakes that age you after 40 and exactly what to wear instead. So you look modern, elevated, and expensive. If you're new here, hey baddie, I'm Danielle. I'm a former image consultant and style expert teaching women over 40 how to dress their changing bodies and still look fly. Oh, because we are not aging quietly over here. So mistake number one, and these mistakes aren't in any particular order and there's timestamps listed below as well, but wearing clothing that is too loose for your body in an attempt to hide it. Now listen, a lot of women hit 40 and you start noticing changes. It's like, yo, what is going on with my body? My arms look different, my belly look different, my hips look different, everything different. The scale didn't really change much, but you know, the fat redistribution is crazy. Like my booty went into my stomach. Like what happened? So you're like, oh my God, I'm just gonna drown myself in fabric. You got on big dresses, big pants, big skirts, big tops, big everything, right? And instead of hiding your body, it hides your shape, which instantly ages you. So here's an example. Remember the movie Misery? Now, I wound up watching it because I was going down a Stephen King rabbit hole after I watched It, Welcome to Derry. But anyway, in Misery, you remember Misery? Kathy Bates, she was playing that crazy lady that kidnapped her favorite author, and she was just using a mallet to just botch up that man's legs. Now, what you might not have remembered is that Kathy Bates was the youthful age of 39 when she portrayed that crazy lady in the movie, but the wardrobe was given 62. Youthful style, especially after 40, and I hate to use the word youthful because it's like, ain't nobody trying to be young, but I don't know. We'll try to find a different word for youthful. But after 40, we need structure. And poor Kathy Bates' character ain't, her outfits ain't have no structure. Okay, so it's very tempting to just wear oversized everything, but here's what you wear instead. So what you want to do is create intentional shape, because fly over 40 style is about structure, not hiding. Now, you can do this strategic shaping in 4 ways, and let's break down these 4 ways. So 1, strategic tailoring. Your clothes should look like they were made for you, okay? Now, someone who is 5'9", quite often I struggle with sleeve lengths, hem lengths, in both skirts, pants, jeans, all of that, right? Now, when I wear something that's not from the tall section or, you know, isn't very generous with, you know, the length, it looks like I'm borrowing somebody else's clothes. And when you look like you're borrowing somebody else's clothes, it can age you. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta go and hire like, you know, your own personal seamstress is gonna live in your house and tailor your whole entire wardrobe, right? I mean, for one, you can get on YouTube and learn a stitch or two or whatever, but even the smallest changes can make a huge difference. So hemming pants so that they fit you right, taking in the waist on a dress, adjusting the sleeve length. You can shape a blazer. Now, shaping a blazer, you can do that with tailoring or, you know, with styling. Like you can use a belt or like a brooch or even strategically positioning the buttons or repositioning the buttons to give the blazer a different shape. Tailoring something instantly makes you look polished. It makes you look more expensive. Even if you only paid like about, you know, $5, $10 for the outfit, like all of a sudden a $5 to $10 outfit. Well, can you get a $5 to $10 outfit in this economy? We'll say affordable, but regardless, fit is luxury, period. The second thing you can do for strategic tailoring is waist definition. One of the easiest ways to look modern and over 40 fly is to put emphasis on where your waist is, or, you know, because some of us might not have defined waists, by creating the illusion of a defined waist. Now, there's a bunch of ways that you can do this. You can do this with wrap tops, you can do this with belted blazers, you can do this with high-rise bottoms. Although with the high-rise bottoms, you have to be careful of where that hits you, because if you have a shorter torso, that can make the torso look even shorter. So with a shorter torso, maybe you want something a little bit more of a regular rise, or wouldn't go so far as to say a low rise, but maybe like, you know, definitely not as low as we was wearing them in the 2000s. You can also do this with dresses with structure through the middle. You can do this with strategic tucking or half tucking, and obviously, you know, with your belts and other types of accessories. Lately, I've been noticing that, especially with my friend Gail, Simply Gail G, make sure you follow, she has a YouTube channel and she's also on Instagram. I noticed that she wears a lot of like scarves and tie ties them around her waist. I think that looks so chic. Because the thing with belts sometimes it's like, then you gotta add belt loops if you gain or lose some weight. But with the scarf, it's just like you just adjust it according to, you know, what you're feeling like that day. Now, once you define the waist, your whole silhouette looks intentional instead of boxy. And you look boxy when you're wearing oversized everything, you know, trying to hide. But don't be hiding that waist. Now, the third way that you can do this strategic tailoring is through the structure at the shoulders. Now, a structured shoulder is always going to elevate your look, your presence. It's going to be like, oh, she means business. So obviously you can do that with structured blazers, jackets with shape, defined shoulder seams, coats with clean lines. When the shoulders are structured, everything else underneath seems to fall better and the outfit looks way more elevated. Now, if you already have broad shoulders, you already have this built into your body. And if you don't want to like overemphasize that, then you kind of chill on any details that are at the shoulder. So you're going to maybe take out the shoulder pads. You may avoid things like epaulettes and other designs that call attention to the shoulders if you're not trying to overemphasize the, you know, the broadness of your shoulders. Now, the fourth thing you can do with strategic tailoring is to choose pieces that skim the body but not cling, okay? You gotta find that sweet spot after 40. You don't want clothes that are so tight, squeezing you up. And you definitely don't want things that are so oversized that, again, like we talked about before, it's hiding your shape, and we know that's gonna age you. So you want clothing that is going to skim your body, that follow your shape, that move with you, that create clean lines that don't pull or bunch together. So clinging looks uncomfortable, oversized looks sloppy, but skimming, that looks expensive. Okay, 2 outdated silhouettes, not trends, silhouettes, okay? Now, a lot of people tend to get confused, so hopefully you follow along in this part here. So you don't need trends, but you do need current shapes and silhouettes. Now, if you're over 40 and you're watching this right now, you know, in the year of our Lord 2026, why did I look at my watch for the year? You're likely a millennial or you're Gen X, right? And you know, I might have some boomers in the room. Boomers make some noise in the, you know, if you can hear me. I didn't mean it like that. Point being, regardless of your generation, the point is that you have lived and have probably lived through decades upon decades of different styles, trends coming in and out, right? And ain't nobody said go throw out all of your older pieces, but you are going to need to rethink how you style them. All right, so let's get some visuals up here. And I try my best to get visuals to match what it is that I'm talking about, but visuals can be very limiting. So I'm doing the best that I can, but the advice still, you know, falls true regardless of whether or not the visual looks like you or not. All right, so here's an example. Super long tunics with leggings. Now, this screams 2010s, especially if you put one of them freaking long statement necklaces or like the owl necklace on it, and then you got a fedora with some knee boots. That is so 2010s. That might have been cute, you know, back when we were in our 20s and 30s, everything was all perky and, you know, tight and whatnot. But after 40, all that flowy fabric ain't doing us no favors. Remember, I said we need structure. Did I say that in this video? I'll be bulk filming and the stuff just kind of flows into it. But structure is a big word here on this channel for us over 40. Structure, structure, structure. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to go and throw out your tunics and your leggings. Although if you were ready to retire them, you know, I would support you in that mission. But you might want to rethink what comfort looks like, because you might look at an outfit like this and be like, oh my God, what's more comfortable than leggings and a long tunic? But remember, I said ain't no structure in that, and we need structure after 40. So let me give you some examples that are still comfortable but have that structure. Now I might lose a couple of y'all with this first example here, but listen, just adjust it to whatever your personal styling is. But you're still getting the same elements with this outfit as you would with that long tunic and the leggings, except here you have that structure. So the blouse is giving you that length, except it's not like drowning your figure in it. There's emphasis on the waist here. The shirt itself is gonna be comfy. Okay, a shirt like this can be uncomfortable if you're getting something that's like super, super tight. Back in the day, everything was skinny, 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 and we'll talk about that in a few. But the more current shape is a little bit wider. So you go with something, you don't have to go with something with pants as wide as these brown pants are. You can go with something like a straight leg or like a boot cut. You have a much better elevated look that's still kind of giving the vibe of the long tunic and the leggings. Here's another example, pretty similar to the last, except this one's a different style blouse. And I love that she did some strategic tucking here with the styling, because now this blouse, which probably was a pretty oversized blouse, if she would have just like let it hang the way, without styling it, it would have gave the same energy as them long tunics gave, where there's no structure, but she added that structure in by slightly tucking it in the front, so it draws emphasis on the waist, it gives structure, but you're still comfortable. And then if you're like, man, I don't want to do no pants, I love this outfit. Like, if you love the length of the long tunic, you have the length here in this button down, and then you also have the comfort of this maxi skirt. Now, it's amazing that she's using this yellow fanny pack as sort of like a belt or something that would kind of like create some sort of like emphasis on her waist here, because without it, it can look dowdy, it can look shapeless. You got to bring the structure back in there. So if you don't want to wear, I think she looks really cool with that, the fanny pack across her belt like that. But if you don't want to wear something like that, obviously you can use belts, you can use scarves to wrap around, anything that you could use like a peplum belt to create a structure there at the waist while you're defining the waist. So in these examples that I just showed you, you can look way more snatched and still be just as comfortable as you would have been in that long tunic and them damn leggings, okay? But except now you're gonna look more current and you have structure. Now the thing is, we're not trying to dress younger, okay? Been there, done that, let the young girls have it, okay? We are setting our own lane here. We don't need to dress younger, but we do need to dress current. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the skinny fits. Now, in the 2010s, everything was skinny. Skinny jeans, skinny top, everything skinny, okay? Now, the thing is, it was because that was pretty much the option that was pushed the most. And when something is pushed the most, it's usually, all you can find, in the stores and whatnot. Now, the thing is that might have been cool for, back then, but all them skinny pieces, that can feel mighty restricting on the over 40 body. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, you ain't gotta throw out your skinny pieces, but you are going to want to rethink how you style them so you can stay current. Now, while everything was skinny, and fitted back in the 2010s, the current way to go now is balance, okay? So if you're wearing something skinny on the bottom, you wear something more voluminous up top. So let's go through some examples. Now, here are some examples of balanced outfits where you have a wider leg and you have a fitted top. So if your pant leg opening, or you have a voluminous skirt, or if you have shorts that have like those dressy shorts. I have a bunch of shorts that they're so like flippy that they almost look like skirts, but they, you got the little security in the middle. If you're wearing something like that where there's some volume at the bottom, you want to wear something more fitted up top. Now, I can already hear some of you guys in the comments, and I'm gonna need some of you guys to realize that you can look at something and then picture it for yourself. You know what I mean? So for instance, I feel like it is way too hot to be covering arms in the summertime, regardless of what your arms look like. Just let them suckers out. But I do understand that some people don't want to show their arms at all. So, if I'm showing you stuff with no, people wearing stuff with no arms. So if I'm showing you pictures where people are wearing things where their arms are exposed and you don't want to expose your arms, then, obviously you cover your arms. Work with me, people. But honestly, I feel like there's nothing wrong with your arms, but that's my opinion. Obviously you live with the arms, you have your own opinions about them, but I should start a Free the Arms campaign. And of course, there's the opposite of the balanced outfit, where if you have a voluminous top, you're going to wear something more fitted on the bottom. Here are some examples of the voluminous top with a fitted bottom. Now, I'm looking at this one with the shorts and I'm like, that's not necessarily, but it is a balanced outfit. It looks really nice. I would say that the opening on those shorts are a little bit wider, but I think it still counts, so don't shoot me. Now, also in this category, when it comes to outdated silhouettes, old school cuts can also age you. So think of the waterfall kind of cardigans, the umpire waist tunic. So it's like, it has the umpire waist and then it's like this long, well, a tunic means a long shirt, but you get what I'm saying. Or everything is like long layers, like that very boho kind of 2010s, with the long kimono and then the long maxi skirt. Everything's long. That was fine back then. But remember, what do we need after 40? Structure. Okay, number 3. fit that ages your silhouette. After 40, your clothes should work with your body, not against it. There are already so many changes going on with our bodies after 40 for us to be playing ourselves and fighting with them even more with, things that don't fit properly. So here's some examples. So sleeves that hit in the wrong place, and boy, do I know about this. Okay. Pants that are too long or too short. Jackets that don't hit right. Shoulders that are collapsing. Like, these are things, like, if the fit is not aligning with your outfit, it can drown your silhouette. Not getting that right is one of the fastest ways to age yourself, because the fit on your clothing, if that's not right, it can drag your proportions down. So what to wear instead? And this part is pretty easy, because it's basically like making sure that your sleeve lengths hit at a good length, that your bottoms are also hitting at a right length, and you don't want them to be too long, you don't want them to be too short. Basically, you want your proportions to match your body. Now, when your clothes fit correctly, your whole presence is going to look sharper and more youthful. And we talked about this a lot more in detail and how to look expensive after 40, and you can check that out right there. Number 4, oh my God, playing it too safe / losing personality. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of women think that aging means that you have to dress boring, neutral, everything, no personality, no edge. And y'all be watching them fashion videos where they tell you the wardrobe staples that you have to have in your closet, and y'all be buying them. Just be sitting there like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. But confidence is youthful, and your style should reflect your personality, obviously your lifestyle, your cultural identity, and your energy. So like me, I got a lot of energy. I feel like my clothes gotta, match up with the energy too. So don't be afraid to wear statement accessories, color, intentional details, personal style elements. So for example, remember this look that I showed before and I was like, the long layers, it's very dated. This is a very 2010s type of look. However, if your personal style is bohemian, that doesn't mean that once you hit 40, like you gotta give that up. You just have to take it into the more current time. So let me explain. So like I had said before, this outfit screams 2010s, and it does not have the structure that over 40 bodies need. And at this point, it kind of gives costume, like a caricature of the bohemian look. If your personal style leans into boho or, whatever, I'm just using boho as an example here. If your personal style leans into that doesn't mean that as soon as you hit 40, you gotta give up the gusto. What you do need to do is do a more current version of it that also encompasses the details that we need for our over 40 bodies, which is basically structure. And I took it upon myself to find you some examples that are current, they have structure, and they're gonna work for a changing over 40 body. Now you see how these 3 looks are way different than this look, but they all kind of give that boho element. So simple does not mean that you have to strip your entire identity out of an outfit. You can still have elements of your personal style, but you just have to make them current and have structure. You still want to have, your clothing should still reflect your personality. When your wardrobe works with you instead of against you, it's a whole different energy. But there's one last piece that pulls everything together. Number 5, ignoring color that works for you. Wearing the wrong colors can make you look dull, tired, and it can age you instantly. However, you wear the right colors, them colors that just make you pop, you're gonna look radiant, you're gonna look confident, you're gonna look youthful. Well, I said we were gonna stop using youthful. You're gonna look over 40 fly, because wearing the right colors are gonna make you glow even if you don't have makeup on. Wearing tones that complement your undertones and your natural coloring, your personal coloring, is a game changer. Like, if you can get your color analysis done, it can be money well spent. However, make sure you research the people, because, some of these people ain't, they ain't worth the coin. However, if you want to take a stab at doing it yourself, I actually have a bunch of color analysis videos that can help you figure it out. Just click on either one of these here. Matter of fact, don't even click on the playlist. I'm gonna put the playlist right here so that you can get all of the color analysis videos that have been here on the channel. Click on it here, and I'll see you there.